I've been living reckless. I was take off, wasn't there that night in Houston, Texas. With the trenches. Wish I could bring your car so like that with my best friend. Boys, I need you to give me something big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the pregame of episode 130 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Let's kick it, my brother.
Man, we are back after a week of vacation, eating, traveling, family, friends, fun, better known as football and Thanksgiving. It was fun, man. How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was pretty cool. I got to eat good. Today is my last day of eating Thanksgiving food. I know that's probably against the rules in some of y'all household. I want y'all to know I don't care. It was good. And if the food is good, who am I to deny it?
Y'all
tripping. What about yourself?
We have technology that preserves the food. Y'all tripping if you think I'm going to abide by the rule of not eating my mama and grandmama cooking. Y'all out y'all mind. My Thanksgiving was fun, man. I was everywhere. Drove to Louisiana. Saw grandma, had the baby meet her Louisiana family for the first time. Some of them. She got to meet the rest of them when we go back in the summer. Then we went to a baby shower in North Carolina after we came back home. So we were everywhere. So we had a good time.
I saw that and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, yes. I'm tired. I bid everybody adieu. I said, I'll see y'all in 2024. All of y'all, all over the country. Y'all got to see us.
Y'all come by the house if you want to, but that's as far as I'll be going. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, man. But it was fun, man. Good food, good football. So, yeah, I know we're going to have a short pregame. It's only going to be, I guess, 2 topics.
And I mean, going forward, these things are going to shrink. There are less and less games. Yeah. There are a lot less games to play now. Now, the games mean a lot more now, but yeah, it's just a lot less on the docket now, and that opens it up for basketball season, which I'm watching dominating, and the Blazers play against the Pacers. I guess that's the best game that I can find on
I'm still
basketball.
But you know, when it comes to the pregame, we like to talk about violence, funny stuff, and uplifting stories. We actually, with our 2 topics, the first one covers both violence and funny stuff. So I don't like that they blame this.
Depending on who you are.
I don't like that they blame this on Draymond. I thought this was like his son or something. But it is funny that this little boy during flag football, I guess in a tropical climate, I believe this was out west, was getting picked on the whole game. And when I say picked on the whole game, he was getting picked on during the Thanksgiving flag football game all game long. And he got frustrated and he pulled a Draymond. If you see it right here, got him in the headlock. He gets mad, tackles him, and suplex. It puts him in the headlock and does not let him go.
Wrecking him too. Like, you know what? Hey, I'm sick of you. I'ma fix you. And we finna end this. Y'all can play whatever game you want. Me and him, I'm over here standing on business.
So here's the thing. I've looked at this from 2 sides. If my son, future son, hopefully my future son gets picked on, this is how I would want him to handle this. Hey, bro. Hey, reckoning is coming. On the other side, though, if my son just gets body slammed and put in a headlock by a bigger kid, 'cause he's bigger than this kid, I don't know how I would react. I've been to sporting events, youth sporting events, where parents done got to tussling because you can't hit the kid. Next person to hit is either the coach or the parent. If this was your niece or if this was your nephew, what would you do?
I got to have more context because
this is what you see. You pull up, and this is what you see.
If I pull up, then if my kid is the kid getting wrecked, I gotta split them first. But you also gotta know your kid to a certain degree. Like, if your kid is like me, we might have got to talking, and I might have said something that dude probably didn't want to hear. Well, then you can't really put your hands on that kid for, hey, I'm sick of him. Well, also you can't bully the kid. I mean, hopefully your nephew get up, he be straight, and then you know, hey man, you got whooped, but it ain't the end of the world. And when you see him, get him next time. I don't care.
First off, this little kid in the yellow, obviously, he has to have older brothers, a rough and tumble sister, a young uncle, a first cousin around the same age. Because this ain't either now. This ain't a move. Well, this ain't a move that a 5-year-old learned. You don't just do this out of it. That's not innate. Somebody done taught you that little head.
That's honestly like a big brother move. Like, he ain't punching him or nothing. He's just kind of like, all right, you done type of thing. So
I'll tell you right now, little Reggie would have got up and kicked him in the face. I used to fight. All the way to about 5th grade. There was no talking. You messed me up. I used to fight. Now, once you get to 5th, 6th grade, you start learning that more than one people can fight you. More than one person can fight you at one time. You start to learn how to use your words a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I mean, it's such a tough situation.
Not for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, also I want to see how he, like, as long as he get up and he ain't crying, and I mean, if he mad, you want to get him. Hey, the game's still going.
That's tough, man. It's tough, man. It's tough. But hey, man, this stuff that you learn. I'd rather him be do that than out there getting in trouble. So this is it. Also, y'all know during the pregame and during Monday Night Raw, we watched Monday Night Football. This game is awful. Every time I cape for Justin Fields, he looks bad. The odds don't look better now, but it's 3-0 going into the 12th minute. I mean, the 10th minute of the second quarter.
The Wizards whooping the Pistons, so this ain't really appealing either. So
well,
it's nothing to watch.
So in a classy move up in Indianapolis, Shaq Leonard, who was the face of the franchise on defense for a long time, and really the face of HBCU sports, alumni in this generation, graduated from South Carolina State. It was recently cut from the Colts, released. He got replaced. I would say replaced, but I mean, he's 30, in his 30s, and they got a couple young studs at linebacker in Indianapolis. Well, every year, Shaq does a turkey giveaway in Indianapolis, and he volunteers to give turkeys away to the needy for those that can't afford to spend Thanksgiving like they want to. And the day he was cut, he was still out there giving turkeys. And there were a few comments that said, "Oh man, don't do it for the cameras." And I'll let you go first because I got to get my thoughts together. I'm really proud of Shaq Leonard for still doing this and keeping the main thing, and understanding the bigger picture. But I'll address some of the haters a little later.
Yeah, for me, there are a few different things. For him to be cut the way that he was, I don't know if that was the classiest move. I think they probably did it to avoid paying. I think to get out of paying something. I do think that he's a guy who'll get another opportunity as long as he's healthy next season. The Colts have a running history of doing this every year, something that just is nonsensical. Go back to cutting Matt Ryan and the offensive coordinator as they're trying to win the AFC South, the entire Jonathan Taylor fiasco debacle, and then now this. Kudos to Shaq Leonard, my fraternity brother, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. He's a member of the Psi chapter at South Carolina State. This is not something you had to do. Honestly, I know a million people who would have probably just packed it up and went home. But thank you for showing the utmost amount of character to our organization, to Black people in general. If you said you're going to do something at the end of the day, still do it. That is of the utmost respect from me. And if you got a problem with it, then you should go find somebody to give some turkeys to. How about that?
Well, folks were saying like, "Hey, don't do it for the cameras." I hate that because
it's a community service event. There were cameras going to be there every year. That's how you increase the visibility of social media. I mean, of community service. Like, how else would people go know?
That you took the words right out of my mouth. I was literally about to make that point. But yeah, so I guess that's that on what I had to say on that. But shout out to Shaq Leonard and shout out to him still being a classy individual dealing with this Colts organization. And one thing about the Colts, they constantly, like you said, they constantly do these things where, I mean, we talk about Jim Irsay all the time and we make our jokes, but man, he is a bad human being at times. The way they run that organization ever since Peyton Manning left, And to me, it seems like Peyton Manning and Tony Dungy were holding it together.
What do you mean? Do you see Peyton? One thing, tell me if you see a lot of Peyton.
Nobody goes back. Nobody goes back to Indianapolis. Nobody. Peyton, Reggie. I think Reggie Wayne and Edgerrin James went back for Ring of Honor guys, but Tony Dungy don't go back. Nothing.
You would think that Peyton Manning played his entire career in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing now is Peyton Manning and the Colts, which is tragic in its own right, but I don't support that dude at all.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. But shout out to Shaq Leonard. Shout out to little man body slamming his brother. I mean, well, his friend, like he was his little brother. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
you gotta hope that they are brothers after that.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. We're going to take 30 seconds. Then we're coming back with episode 130 of the Splash Cast Monday Night Raw. Got HBCU news around the culture. Football, a lot of football news, man. It's getting down to the important games. Separating the wheat from the chaff. As well as
feels good to be number one. Smell that? The top of the mount, the air to the top of the mountain.
Followed by basketball as we still kick off the in-season tournament and the beginning of the season. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Our coach is still a clown.